Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you always know when we are popping up on here. It is Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. One of the things that we quickly learn, when we start playing sports is that there are multiple reasons for people to play sports. There are multiple reasons that people are playing sports. Not all of them are to win. And once you understand that not everybody is playing sports to win, it allows you to know how to move a little bit better. It helps you to decide what area you want to be in, like what part of this overall world would you like to be in? Because you really do have a choice. You can be the person that wants to fulfill some personal individual accolades, and you can care less about winning. You can be the person that just wants to participate in something and not really care about winning. They don't want to be at home. They just want to be a part of something. It's not about winning for them. You can be the person that says, hey, I just think it's cool to be able to put this uniform on. So if I get an opportunity to put this uniform on, I don't really care about winning. You can even be the person that says, well, if there's something in it for me, then that's what I'm about. Like, all of those things are possible. But if you are somebody that cares about winning, if you're somebody that says that winning is priority number one, if you think winning is priority number one, if you think winning is, that's what it is, that's what we're doing, winning, then you can't move in manners that don't lead towards winning. That it's just that simple. If you believe that winning matters, if you believe that winning opens up the doors to all of the other things, because that's the cool thing about it, right? In all those categories that I mentioned, only one category can lead to all of the others. If you're winning, you get to keep putting the uniform on. If you're winning, you get to continue to be a part of the group. If you're winning, then the individual accolades will come. If you're winning, then all of the perks and the gifts and the things that come with being a part of the team come to you. They come to you tenfold when you're winning. If you think people are willing to do things for you just for participating, start winning things. I wish the support was behind us before the winning started, because you get to the winning faster if you had more support before the winning started. But if you begin winning, all of a sudden people come out the woodwork to support you, to see you, to incentivize you, to continue to help you go and push in that direction of being great, of doing more winning, of winning at a higher level, of winning more often. It's amazing what happens to a team when a team goes 1-2 perennial, and then all of a sudden they go 5-5 one year. All of a sudden you would think that the entire world changed for that group. But that's not real winning. Yeah, that's improvement. When you want to win at the highest level, when you want to win championships, right? When you want to win championships, when you want to raise trophies, when you want to hang banners, that takes a different level of dedication, that takes a different level of commitment. And unfortunately for us, either we get in the way of that dedication or commitment, or life gets in the way of that dedication or commitment. But regardless of whatever gets in the way of it, if you let it get in the way, then you are not dedicated to winning. Bottom line, if you let it get in the way, then you are not dedicated to winning. You are not dedicated to doing whatever's necessary to succeed. And that's okay, because not everybody is built for this. Not everybody is built for this. But I could tell you as a coach, right, it's different than as a player. Because as a coach, depending upon what level you're working at, right, football is not your main job. If you are a high school coach, most likely football is not what puts food on the table. It's your teaching job that comes with football or basketball or any sport, right? And at the high school level, football doesn't put food on the table. Now, what football can do at the high school level is get you teaching jobs that you may not have received without football. That's a great thing, right? So in it, you owe football a little bit. You owe it to them to be a little bit more, on top of it. At the youth level, football doesn't enhance your work life at all. Like, what you do in football doesn't make you any money. What you do in basketball most of the time doesn't make you any money at the youth level, outside of maybe high-end travel ball for soccer and baseball and basketball, right? It's probably not making you any money. It's not putting any food on your table. What do you really owe to the sport? Now, at the collegiate level, at the NFL, boom. Sell your soul to it. They're paying the bills. We get it. But even at some points, even at the collegiate level, the low-level collegiate level, depending upon what position you have, you may not be making enough money to sustain yourself, right? So that's different. As a player, the sport is what you're using to open up the doors. So you got to pour everything into it in order for the doors to open. The doors don't open on their own. The doors don't open on their own. They don't just magically pop, right? You have to put enough into it, and you have to get lucky, right? And you had to, in some cases, win the genetic lottery in order to get the outcome that you want from sports. You cannot afford in sports, if you want to win, to be half in, half out. Even if it's not your doing. And that's the part a lot of us don't understand. A lot of us don't get that it doesn't matter to sports whose fault it is you're not at practice. Sports only cares that you're not at practice. It doesn't matter to sports who's the reason for you missing a workout. Sports just know that you missed the workout. So at the end of the day, when the bill is due, you haven't worked enough to cash the check. It's just that simple. It's not who did it and what and how and why. It's not the blame game. It's not a situation where we go back and we say, okay, well, this person would have been good if. No. If you can't be at practice all the time, if you can't do what the coach asks you to do in order to be successful, then you just get labeled as unreliable. And it's not a sometimes thing. It's not a every once in a while thing. It's an all the time thing. The only way to win and to win consistently is to be consistent. Is to be there, is to show up, is to work hard, is to get better, is to listen, is to have some luck, is to have some genetics. All of that goes together. It all goes hand in hand. We can't do one without the other. We can't. You cannot be successful working half-heartedly. It's impossible. You can't name me a team or an individual that has been able to achieve the highest level of success without working hard. Even some of the people that we love, right? Even some of the people that we love. I love Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson did not max out. He'll even tell you on the back end he didn't max it out. He could have. The world got him. And it's not about him not practicing, because I really do and truly believe that, you know, he's a guy who was putting so much into games, there needed to be some concessions made. But we're talking about how you improve on your game. Like Allen Iverson's game never improved. Allen Iverson's game was the same type of game his entire life. So when the athleticism started to go, he didn't have something to fall back on. And he wasn't in as good a shape, so he didn't last as long, right? There's no reason why an Allen Iverson could not have played into his mid to late 30s. He didn't play because he wasn't in good enough shape, right? All of that falls back on him. Never achieving the greatest goal. Yeah, he got to the bag. He didn't get to the biggest of bags, though. Imagine how big the bag would have been if Allen Iverson had won a championship at 5'11". Like, we always think about winning, and people will do that really like annoying thing where they individualize winning in a team sport. Well, he got a college scholarship, so he's winning. No. If the goal is just to get the college scholarship, then how are you keeping the college scholarship? Because scholarships aren't guaranteed for 4 years. You got to keep going. You got to keep improving. You got to keep working towards winning. Winning is the only cure. At the end of the day, winning is the only cure. So in life and in sports, it's the same thing. So when we think about, right, when we think about it, if we took it off sports, if we think about winning, how many times are you able to achieve the level that you want to achieve without working hard consistently, without being involved consistently? How many people do you know without money? Let's take people with money out of it, right? How many people do you know who are able to achieve at the highest level? No. Close the door. How many people do you know are able to achieve at the highest level without consistently working hard, without showing up every day? When we take money out of the equation, things change, and they should change. It's important for them to change, right? So we need to make sure that we are focusing on the goal. And if we make the goal winning, then everything else takes care of itself. If we take care, if we make the goal winning, everything else takes care of itself. Because if you don't have money, if you're not blessed with unlimited resources, then you're not going to win. If you're not putting in the maximum effort every day. I know it's this, listen, life is not fair. We got to stop acting like it is. If you have circumstances in your life that does not allow you to give everything, you're going to suffer from it. And eventually people will move on from you because you will not be reliable. Man, I like Jim a lot. I like Denise a ton. She's really great. He's super cool. But there's always something. I've heard conversations, man, you know, such would be really good, but there's always something going on with our kids. And in the world where we live in, people are supposed to be like, people are going to be like, oh, well, that you should have sympathy for somebody that's going through something. Oh, she might be a single mother with a bunch of kids. Like, yo, I get it. But the job still needs to be done, right? So every time somebody calls out of work because they had a family issue, work suffers. It's not work's fault that person had kids. It's not work's fault that person is caring for those kids by themselves. That has nothing to do with work. Work just needs to be done. So eventually, someone has to find the person that can do the work consistently. The worst thing you can be labeled is unreliable. The worst thing you could be called is unreliable. Because if you're not reliable, then people don't trust you to do anything. You'll get the low-end jobs, you'll get the low-end pay, you'll be unhappy, which will then make you more unreliable because you'll find ways to not do that menial job. It's a vicious circle. Sports point this out. Sports does a great job of identifying this for you before you get into that world. Because if you're not willing to do what it takes to win every day, you're not going to win. Not at the level that you want to. I'm sorry, not at the level that actually matters. Because some of you have a level that you want to win at that I just think is like, oh, that's cute. That's not really winning for me. Some of you want to achieve a level that is only mediocrity. Right now, in classrooms across America, kids are saying, all I need is a C. In classrooms across America right now, kids are saying, all I need is a C. And there's a teacher in the classroom looking at those kids, shaking his head. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Gene Clemens. You do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. If you're joining me on the YouTube channel, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. To my Facebook people, shout out to the Instagram and to Twitter. Y'all know what it is. Keep it 10 toes down. I will be in New York City this weekend, Giants fans. Get at me. You'll hear from me. Till next time. Peace.